live from Twitch, and so we're back at it. It's Monday morning, and the thing I'm working on, for probably for the week, is I'm trying to send the data to the client in a more intelligent way. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm going to pull up a GIMP to show the concept here. So I think I might have described it in a separate cast. We just never gotten to it. I'm still thinking through it, and of course GIMP is taking a while. Is that when we're, let's see here, mix game server start, and if we do this, in fact, I'm going to kill this out a bit. If we go to, let's do one more. Actually, let's do this. So we've got multiple games running, right? This time running around, and here we've got this guy running around, right? So as soon as he exits off the screen, I guess I don't really have any instrumentation to show this, but I know this is happening. I guess we could just prove it real quick. So actions, let's say unit move action, and we're going to say log debug unit is moving. Let's do, oops, unit is moving. It's going to do an extra one because it's parted. Okay, and we're going to do unit.id, okay? And so it should, if we shut these down, kill that, let's restart our server real quick. We'll see, we're not getting any debugging data. Unit cast assign unit move. Oh, because I didn't actually build it, darn it. So run. Okay. Something else we probably should do soon is set it to where we don't have to restart the server. Just actually, when you log out, we'll just clean it up. But maybe we should do that soon. Okay. Anyways, the idea is that, oh man, we're still loading fonts, GIMP. You serious? Okay, so waiting for this to finish building. I'm gonna actually force quit this and see if it'll straighten out. Everything is holding up. So in the meantime, while that's happening, let's take a look at cd apps game server, and we want to take a look at the, is this building it? Okay. Let's put this up, and lib game server socket acceptor. Okay, there's our game now. Okay, so this is done right. Okay, so it sees this, we're moving our unit around. And then if we run this one, here we go. So moving around, and darn, it's not rendering both. Looks like we still have a problem. But anyways, if we look at here, it shows us that unit 36 is moving. If we go here, see it's getting events even though we're way off screen. If we run back this way, see he's there, see him. It seems to have rendered now. So if we go off here, we're still getting events. See this? And this is fine and all. I mean, obviously it's working. But when we get into our actual implementation of the game, we don't want to be sending events to the client if we're never going to show it. And so this is going to solve two problems. For one, it's sort of a security problem. You can actually have software that'll actually pick up the location and then sort of fake it, right? Like they can have like a machine that kind of actually goes through and moves, you know, the unit around, so you can hack it that way. So we don't want that. We only want to know when we actually receive events. So what we're going to do is this is going to be like divided by 800. So we have a big screen, and we get our toolbox out and get our pen, and let's make it. I guess 8 is pretty good. So let's say this is the size of our unit. Boom. Okay, and then this is the size. This is our enemy unit. We'll make them red on the other side. So this is them. So you don't want to be receiving events, right? And we'll say one screen is. No, we don't. That one screen. We'll make that blue. One screen is yay big, right? And so if we're moving around in here, we only want to receive events. So that means we want to make them basically equal sizes. So right here like this. Probably would have been easier to just use guides, but too late now. So there is a, if we did this, so these are the different quadrants we are listening to, and you have to subscribe to them, each of these units, and then each subscribed unit will correspond to a player. And of course, same happens on this side. So if the enemy spawns on the other side of the screen, we don't actually know where they actually spawn unless we have some sort of unit. So if we use green, this could be our screen size or our viewable area. It's like a vision of the unit. So we'd want to subscribe to all of these 4 areas. Now if we had one of our minions, we'll make them purple, and we put them over here, they also have a vision as well. So they would be listening to their vision area as well. And so anytime one of the enemy units would travel from here to this way, right, and end up in his vision zone, you'd actually start getting updates from them. So you see, this can kind of be a bit complicated. You have to sort of create a logical grouping. Now we're going to start getting into forced map sizes so that we can optimize on it. So I'm just going to pick a number out of my head, some sort of power of 2. Let's do it. So we're going to have, let's say our minimum size is 1024 by 768. That's our minimum screen size. So we want maybe 10 screen sizes wide. So 20 at 10 to 40. Let's write this down someplace. 10 to 40. And this is going to be something configurable later. We're just going to mock it up for now. So that's the width, and then 768 will be our height. So we're going to make that 10 screens tall. And we're probably going to make it bigger than this. I have a feeling with my gigantic monitor, I'll want to have 7680. I want to have a much bigger screen, playable area. But for now, this will start. In fact, we could look at our Grumpy Kitty and see how that balances against it. Grumpy Kitty is 2187. It's actually bigger than what we have. So why don't we just do this? Why don't we just use our Grumpy Kitty background as our size? So that's oh, actually, you know what? Mine is quite a bit bigger. So let's stick with my bigger size. Okay, so Now we want to break it down. So just to keep it consistent, we're going 10.4 by 768. That's our width and height. And then we're going to do 10 screens. And so our players will be subscribed to a certain amount of these. So it's going to be 100 screens large virtually, and then we'll need to store it and play with it that way. So what we're going to create is we're going to create a way to for apps, game server, and we're going to make a directory lib game server world. Okay, I'm kind of making this up as we go. I don't really have a full plan on this yet. It'll be kind of sort of ad-libbing it until we get what we need. So we're going to call this the might as well just call it the world, I suppose. World.ex. Directory test apps game server make directory tests game server world. Okay. Def module world. Actually, what we could do, we can actually call it the world application. That's what I'm going to do. Move lib server world to world. Oops. Lib server world application. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want. Change it to world game server world application to lib game server world. Do a that yeah, let's do with an application. Application is fine, and then we'll say lib game server touch game server world world server. So we can subscribe to that. And what we're going to do is we're going to make an application. World application. World application. And we're going to use application. And this is a Erlang or a Elixir specific thing. So what we're going to do is there is on this over here. What we want to do is we're going to have an application that Elixir can manage. So we just use the application. It should be just application. Oh, that was weird. And then we want to start the application as part of our supervision tree. So we're going to say def start, and we're just going to ignore, or actually just type args do end. And at this point, we're going to need to set up our different world servers. Just thinking through it. I guess that'll be fine. Because we need multiple servers. And we're just going to do require logger.debug starting world application. Over here, we're going to talk to our Pix file, and under applications, I don't have a name for this application. So we definitely want to add it as part of our supervision tree. Interesting thing is that if we created a separate application, created under our different umbrella, and let's try it. Let's try it. What do you think? So what we're going to do ix mix create, we'll call it world supervise mix new 3D world mix test. Okay, and the mix test here, it should do both. Yes, it did. For some reason, that test failed. To figure out what that is about. Oh, because it can equal that. So let's go here. Yeah. Game server, the test game server, and what was the problem? It was under the battle interactions, formations, no formation test. And we just need to change this to equals. There we go. So now that's the server. Now we can do world. So world mix exs. This is our world, and we need to live world. This is our application. This is exactly what we want. And so now let's go back to live game server world, remove directory test game server world. Now vi mix exs, and this is our world, so we should be able to go to mix exs, and I think if we just add it here, world, and then we want to do this, this is here is fine, so we're going to do world path, that's going to here, world, okay, lib world, and now we're going to do IO inspect starting world application. Okay, so if everything is set up right, so I'm going to IAX mix game server start, it'll generate, and it did not start. It did for test, which is interesting. Game server mix EXS. World vi lib server.ex. Supervisor. World. Let's see here. World. It does start, which is weird. Mix EXS. Module world. Lib world should start. We'll do def log, and we're going to do here put timer sleep 1 second log. Okay, and we're going to do spawn world log, no arguments. So what's going on here? Applications. Definitely not starting the world. Postgres, game design. But if we do next test, could that start application? Kernel. Process. You hate it when you hit the wrong button. What? The options. What's going on here? So, Elixir process. Spawn. Module function args ops. Module function args ops. I guess I'll do this maybe. Yeah, see, it's definitely running. Oh, new server start. Oh, so it's running, but it runs the task. Okay, that's important to know. So if you look at lib game server.ex, it's not starting the game server. Maybe lib tasks start. So what we're going to do, we're just going to make that lib game server .ex, and we're going to put that there, start the game server, and edit game server tasks game server, or start. And we want these. Put. Cal should start on its own. Mix. Okay, so that's starting. And so let's run our application. Okay. So it feels like the server socket isn't starting. Socket server listen. Where are we? lib game server socket acceptor socket server. So we're going to say expect accepting socket connections. We may have to make this its own thing. Server. Yeah, because that didn't actually get called. Okay, so module socket server is not available. alias game server socket server. Starting world application, so that's still not starting. Next pane. Still not starting. Can't imagine this needs to be open here. Just do mix. Okay. Go here. I see a problem here. Mix XS is here. Game server. Okay, so that's not what we want. So if we look here, we have our world running, but our game server is not running. Game server.start. There we go. vi live game server where Let's go over here, live game server, let's do timer, simple enough. No, that's not that simple. Okay, so, I mean, yes, it's simple, but not the code structure. This isn't all that fantastic either. IO inspect battle. Okay, so I think we got it finally. Game server start. Weird. Accepting socket connections. No, probably won't. Oh, it is. Okay, so it is running. Okay. Okay, so that's there. Okay. Looks like we got it after all. So now that cleaned that up a lot. And now we've got a separate application running for our world. So, you know what? Our world still isn't running. Yeah, see? We didn't quite get it. Lib game server.ex. We did game server start. So that means if we do mix exs, apps game server, mix deps.get. Something's screwed up. I screwed something up. So those are coveralls. I think if we do mix xs, if we take out world as a dependency, this will work. Mix deps.get ixs mix. So that started the world application, so that did fine. But it's not starting up the other application. Out of curiosity, so module, I think we want this. I think see if that does something. Syntax error for a logger. And then this might be like this. Nope. $2029 before this. Well, shoot. Starting world applications. It starts that just fine, but it won't start the game server. Game server. And so that's wrong. That's it. The game server. Where's our game server? Oops. Stack starting game server. IX S mix. So that one doesn't go. Let's mix this one. Such the world application. And what is the difference? I think it's the module thing. Nope. Apps world mix EXS. Apps on the server. I'm going to get it. I promise I'm going to get it. So applications, here we go. Comma, mod, game server. I think we got it. No. Applications, comma, mod, game server. What? 924. Here. There we go. Come on. That looks good. Getting closer though. If we go to game server lib game server.ex and we edit apps game server lib tasks start. Edit lib, I'm sorry, apps game server lib game server .ex put think alias game server socket server, and then the battle should start on its own. Apps game server lib game server battle.ex. It's already open. Yeah, that should start on its own. So we don't need this here. Oops, that's bad. We do need that. We put the wrong spots. Worker, game server, battle. Here, we don't need this one. Okay, we're accepting socket stuff. And it looks like I was wrong. We're going to need that battle start. Game server kernel spawn link game server battle start args. I think that should be fine. Game server, socket server. Accepting socket connections. Battle. Huh. Weird. So starting game loop is working. Lib game server command Q. Queuing, whatever. IX mix server start. Okay. So the remix supervisor is terminating on that one. Battle server start. Game server. So that one fails that way. If we just run this, lib test start, game server start. Yeah, so just run. No. So we definitely want this. Queen, whatever that means. Okay. Huh, what is going on here? Okay. We start up the game server. Command Q. IO inspect Q. What's our other servers that we have? Lib server. Darn it. We got process registry, timer, game design, main event queue, game server. Like we're most of the way there. For some reason, an application's not starting up. I wonder if we can. I don't think we need this. Battle next. Battle. Bad return value on battle. IO inspect. Game loop. Okay, so the game loop isn't being called. We call start. Okay. So we do need this. Okay, invalid expression match. Battle line 8. Game loop. So it's weird. It's like queuing, but it's not executing the commands. Process commands, command handler. I'm just going to put that there. Weird. IO inspect. Now, running out of time on this. Queue. I need to stop. World. World. I need to stop doing this. So, accepting socket connections. So it looks like it's killing off everything. Zero. So it did battle. Is running. Is running. Weird. So timer sleep for a second and see if the battle will start up now. Battle. Game loop get now. It's like the timer isn't starting. Apps game server lib game server timer. IO inspect get time. Weird. This is the weirdest thing. This is absolutely the weirdest thing. So the timer starts. Well, we don't know that for sure, but it occasionally starts. Undefined function now, timer. Wow, this is really getting on my nerves. I inspect timer. Get time. It won't continue. What is going on? What is going on? The queue is working. Apps game server lib. Game server. Battle. Okay, so it seems to be stuck in a endless loop trying to wait on is running. Timer sleep. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. That was weird. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Game loop. What is that? Time. Is that under timer? Timer. There we go. Now, quit it. Okay, so it's still the same. So get status. So we didn't get that far, but we're on the right track. So next test, see if test still pass. Let's see why they wouldn't, but it didn't. Exit against our mocker. Listen. Listen, that's no process. Do lib apps and server mix. If mix.env equals is not equal to test to and there we go. 21 failures already started. So we've got a bunch of these things going on now. So one for one. Else children equals, let's start everything up. There we go. Still weird. Accepting socket connections. But we'll say that for tomorrow, just because I'm out of time. Socket acceptor. Socket server. Accepting connections. It seems to be restarting it every time. This is on the command Q test. Let's see, VI apps server test and server battle test XS, and this is not using syringe, and that's why we're getting that. So we're going to clean up those tests, but till then, happy coding. See you guys tomorrow.